Hey guys, on tonight's video I bought a 2009 Audi A5 with 190,000 miles. It has the premium package, 3.2 liter engine and a 6-speed. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike the Baldadonis and I buy and sell cars as a hobby and I bring you guys along with me showing the pros and cons of each vehicle that I buy. Lately I've been buying a bunch of BMWs and I have a friend named Dave that's co-owner of European Auto Solutions in Hudson, New Hampshire. I'm no stranger to this Audi A5. His girlfriend uses it. She's had it for 6 months and Dave ended up buying a BMW 335 diesel. So I saw the car that was to the side. I'm asking if he was going to sell it and he said yeah, so I ended up buying it. So I'm going to talk to you about my impressions of the car. I'm not a Audi guy. I do enjoy Volkswagens. I like all types of Volkswagens. I've owned air-cooled cabriolets, cabrio with a VR6 big turbo, you know, the old school Volkswagens, but not so much the Audis. It just didn't do anything for me. But looking at the A5, as you can see, it's a pretty sexy car, and I just want to give you my impressions on it. So when I talked to Dave, I said, what's it need? And first thing off, it was brakes. So he installed brakes for me, and he did buy brand new tires on Audi S5 rims. And when I was driving it home, I can feel the vibration in the steering wheel. So I'm very picky about the way a car drives down the road. I like a smooth ride. I live on the highway and I just can't deal with vibration through a steering wheel. So I went to my friend up in Manchester, Junior's Tires and Speed Shop, and he had the tires rebalanced. Much better ride, but 2 rims are dented. So I can live with that. It's not terrible. But as I've been driving as a daily driver, it is starting to bug the shit out of me. Just a little bit, just that little, because I am on the highway a lot. If I was in the city most of the time, I would never feel it. But because I'm, you know, 60, 70, 80, 90 miles an hour, I just have that little, and it bugs the fuck out of me. But anyways, just nitpicking on the rims itself. So let's talk about the car. 190,000 miles, and I did my research, and I'm like, you know what? The reason why I don't buy Audis is because of timing guide issues. It feels cheap to me because it's a Volkswagen product, but they're charging you a lot of money for a Volkswagen product. That's just my opinion, in my opinion alone. Again, the car is a very good-looking car. Now, with 190,000 miles, the 2 previous owners before Dave used it for traveling. You know, they put 16,000 miles a year on the car, traveling through New England and the United States. They did sales. So the car does have some road rash on the front bumper. You can definitely see that. And the more I wax it, the less you can see. But after a few times it rains, it comes back, so I have to re-wax it. So that's just cosmetic. When I get in the car and I shut the doors and stuff, it's just the quality. It just feels like, I'm sorry to say, it just feels cheap. You know, I don't feel that sturdy thump of shutting the door. And when you're driving, it just feels plasticky and stuff like that. But I'll tell you this, because I haven't had an Audi in so long, it's starting to grow on me. It's very easy to drive. It has 265 horsepower. It does have a K&N filter, and Dave deleted the mufflers, so it has a really nice exhaust system. Not exhaust system, but with the mufflers being cut, it gives it a really nice tone, and it's not like a 4-cylinder with a big fat can and you can hear it. It's not annoying. It actually sounds very nice. It sounds like it's a tuned car. Going through the gears, it's a lovely car to drive. It's, like I said, it's easy to drive. I really enjoy that. The things I really don't like about it is in the interior with the info center. I don't like all the buttons that you have to keep going through all the settings. I mean, that's today's cars, they're all like that, but I think it's more annoying because it's down here where the shifter is versus being on the dash. And it's just, I don't like the orange display. I don't like that. What else do I don't like? Oh, the sunroof. Why you have such a large sunroof when it only pops open this much? Boop. That's it. It doesn't retract. It doesn't do anything. It's just useless sunroof. I find that annoying. The stereo system, awesome. The only thing I don't like about it is if you're trying to get your local stations, the reception's not that great. So using my iPhone and using my Apple Music, the thing cranks. I love that about this car. So with the exhaust, the stereo system, the easiness of driving the car, the clutch is very light, the RPMs go way up. I mean, the car goes pretty damn good. I'm very impressed with this six-cylinder engine. So a lot of things people complain about is what to look for driving these cars. Well, every car has an issue. There's one major issue with this car, but everybody else complains about the basic wear and tear, control arm bushings, shocks, window regulators. That's all normal stuff on most cars. Your basic wear and tear, you're gonna get that from any car, but with 190,000 miles, I'm very surprised on how well this car drives. Now, that thing that's very annoying, and this is a factory problem. It came from the factory like this. The 3.2 liter, the VVT, the variable valve timing, at 25 to 32 RPM, if you're just cruising and this the RPM, there's a little skip. There's a little skip, and people think that's carbon buildup or it's a time and chain issue. It's not. It's part of the system. Audi engineers knew this from the start, and when they developed the motor, they actually disconnected it. The car ran great, and they just couldn't fix it when it was connected. So it is a known issue, forever with this motor, but it doesn't really affect the overall condition of the motor. It runs fantastic besides that little skip. So when you're driving and you're going, you're like, whoo, there's a little, it feels like a hesitation. So that's where I think people think, oh, I need spark plugs, I need coil packs, I need carbon cleaning. You don't. It's just the way this car came from the factory. It's a known issue. A lot of people don't even know about that. I had to do a lot of research, and I found that, and so I can live with that issue. I really enjoy the car. I haven't tested it with the all-wheel drive system because it hasn't snowed yet. It is September here in New England, and the only thing it took me a little while to get adjusted to the seats. The steering wheel is a little funky with how it goes up and in and stuff like that. So it took me a little while to find my spot, but other than that, I think the car is fantastic, and the next person who buys this car from me is gonna enjoy it. Now, I did have not two problems, but I did have a water pump and a thermostat that needed to be addressed, and Dave did that. So let's check that out.
What's up, guys? Dave here at European Auto Solutions in Hudson, New Hampshire. We got Mike back with his recently purchased 2009 Audi A5. It's a 6-speed manual, all-wheel drive, and he's basically purchased it for his daily driver right now. I purchased it about 6 months ago from the second owner out in Maine, and he drove it for about 6 years. Did a lot of maintenance to it, really took care of it, and now my girlfriend drove it for about 6 months down to Boston. She was commuting down there for work. Since I purchased it, I kind of went through the car, did a tune-up on it, spark plugs, coil packs, modified the exhaust a little bit so I get a little more sound out of it. Replaced some shifter bushing that was really annoying and squeaking the whole time you were driving, so we took the shifter all apart, replaced the bushings, and lubed everything up. The noise is all gone now. The previous owner had a bad repair in the front left wheel where somebody changed an axle and bent the hub, and that was causing a vibration from the front left wheel, so we took care of that, and pretty much been running awesome since then, and sold it to Mike. So now he's driving it, and drove it for about a week, started smelling some coolant, and brought it into the shop today and found thermostat was seeping around the gasket, and also the water pump had some shaft play. So we replaced the thermostat and the water pump, and also the serpentine belt while we were there. And it's pretty much ready to go now. We took care of the rear subframe. There was the surface rust from the protective paint peeling off of it. So we used some rust preventative paint and completely coated the rear subframe. And it's pretty much ready to go now. So he'll be using this for his daily driver, and we'll see what's next. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to check us out on Facebook.
All right, as you can see, Dave did the brakes. He put new tires on it when he had the car, and the water pump and the thermostat. So other than that, the car is good to go. I really enjoy it. The AC is nice and cold. The stereo system's insane. It just feels a little cheap to me, the quality build. Other than that, and the two wheels that are dented, drives me bananas, but that's just because the wheels. You live in New England, you live somewhere there's potholes, you're gonna have dented wheels. So do I have them fixed at $125 a pop? Or should I buy two new rims or refurbished wheels? Who knows, I don't know. That's the only thing that I can complain about, is the ride with the two little bent rims in it. Some other people wouldn't feel it, but I do, because I'm fucking anal about the ride of the car. But other than that, I love the car. So I want to thank Dave for keeping up with the car. And I want to thank the two owners before that. They really took care of the car. But other than that, there's no real cons about the car, except for that VVT at the low RPM. You feel that little hesitation, but you can go right through that. You can leave in the first and second gear and skip through that. It depends on how much throttle you're giving it. You feel that little hesitation. But other than that, I enjoy the car. So stick with me to the next car video, because this is going to be a good one. I bought a 2006 BMW 530 Xi from a scammer. He is a donate your car to charity scammer. I didn't know that when I bought the car, but I figured him out, and I'm going to throw him under the bus. So that's going to be a good video. I did several repairs to the car, and that's going to be like a tiny mini series. And last night I bought another Mini Cooper S, number 9. I love Mini Cooper S's, and that will be in a couple of weeks. All right, guys, until the next video, Baldadonis out.